शमु लक्ष्मी नृसिंहं शरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि गुरुभ्यः तद्गुरुभ्यश्च नमो वाकमधीमहि वृणीमहे सुत्राद्यौ तपतीं जगदां पतिं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहत तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये ॐ अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरङ्गनाथशर्गोपैतिनरष्टं लक्ष्मीं नृसिंहशरेत्करुणीकपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीररघुराट् शतगोपवृज्यं वेदान्तदेशिकैतीन्द्रमहं प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवंशरगोपश्रीवेदान्तदेशिकैतीन्द्र महादेशिकाय नमः। नारायण नारायण नारायण
Narasimha. Vedanta Desika Narayana Kubabishaktam Sriranganadipiraan
Narayana Kubabishaktam Sriranganadipiraan Srimate Namaha Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha.
Narayana Narayana Narayana. Amma, today Vasudha wanted and some people wanted to have a study of Amalanaadipiraan of Tiruppanadivar along with Mahatma Vedanta Desika's SriBhagavadDhyanaSopana, because most often both of them run almost parallel to each other. So, if you can take out SriBhagavadDhyanaSopana of Vedanta Desika and Amalanaadipiraan, we'll first chant them. They are very small ones, very simple ones. And then we'll look at the similarities of both of them. Ma, could you get
Yes, Swamiji. I think people have opened it. We were discussing about it before Swamiji joined. So.
That'll be great, Amma. That'll be great. So, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to open. Om Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Atasi Pushpasankasham Haranupurashobhitam Ratnakankana Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Kutilalaka Samyuktam Purna Chandraniphananam Vilasat Kundaladharam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Rukmani Kelisam Yuktam Pitam Varasushobitam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gopi Rukmani Kelisam Yuktam Pitam Varashubtam Avapta Tulasi Gandham Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Gopikanam Kuchadvanva Kunkumankita Vakshasam Sriniketam Maheshwasam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Srivatsankam Mahoraskam Vanamala Virajitam Shankachakradharam Devam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Krishnashtakapidam Punyam Prataruddhaya Patete Kotijanma Kutam Papam Smaranena Vinashyati. Narayana Narayana. Sriman Venkatanathārya Kavitārkika-kesari Vedantacharyavaryo me Sannidhattam sada hridi SriBhagavadDhyanaSopanam Antarjyote kimapi yaminam anjanam yogadrushte Chintaratnam sulapamihana siddhi mokshanurupam
दीनानाथव्यसनशमनं दैवतं दैवतानां दिव्यं चक्षुः श्रुतिपरिषदां दृश्यते रङ्गमध्ये
अंतर्ज्योति किमपि यमिनाम् अंजनं योगदृष्टेः चिन्तारत्नं सुलभनिधनसिद्धिमोक्षारूपम्
दीनानाथव्यसनशमनं दैवतं दैवतानां दिव्यं चक्षुः श्रुतिपरिषदां दृश्यते रङ्गमध्ये
वेलातीतश्रुतिपरिमलं वेधसां मौलिसेव्यं प्रादुर्भूतं कनकसरितः सैकते हंसजुष्टे
लक्ष्मीभूम्योः करसरसिजैः लालितं रङ्गभर्तुः पादाम्बोजं प्रतिफलति मे भावना दीर्घिकायाम्
चित्रकारां कटकरुचिभिः चारुवृत्तानुपूर्वम् काले दूत्य द्रुतितरगतिं कान्तिलीलाकलाचेम्
जानुच्छायाद्विगुणसुभगां रङ्गभर्तुर्मदात्मा जङ्गां दृष्ट्वा जननपदवी जाङ्गिकत्वं जहाति
कामारामस्थिरकदलिका स्तम्भसम्भावनीयम् क्षौमाश्लिष्टः किमपि कमला भूमिनीलोपधानम्
न्यञ्चत् काञ्चीकिरणरुचिरं निर्विशत्यूरुयुग्मं लावण्यौघद्वयमिव मतिर्मामिका रङ्गयूनः
सम्प्रीणाति प्रतिकलमसौ मानसं मे सुजातः गम्भीरत्वात् क्वचन समये गूढनिक्षिप्तविश्वः
नालीकेन स्फुरितरजसा वेदसो निर्मिमाणा रम्या वर्तद्युतिसहचरी रङ्गनाथस्य नाभिः
श्रीवत्सेन प्रदितविभवं श्रीपदन्यासधन्यं मध्यं वाक्पोर्मणिवररुच रञ्जितं रङ्गधाम्नः
कमला
Which one? Sixth one?
Yeah.
Sandachayam Saraswati Sriya Vijayandya Sandapami Samadhyadi Chandrika Chandrikodarasaram
किं लीलोपहितमितरं बाहुमाजानुलम्बं प्राप्तारङ्गे शैतुरखिलप्रार्थना पारिजातम्
Chitta Trudadimi Anikamida Rasmiki Bhushananam Chinda Hasting Anupavatini Chittam Alana Yantram
स्वाभिप्रायस्मितविकृतं चारुबिम्बाधरोष्टं दुःखापाय प्रणयजने दूरदत्ताभिमुख्यम्
Kandamastam Kanakatalake Alangadam Dankapataku Swandi Kadam Mama Vidakati Swakadudara Nitram
सन्तस्थिरपरिमलैर्वल्लभः स्पर्श्यमानैः कुप्यचोळी वचनकुटलैः कुन्तलैः श्लिष्टमूले
Pide Suti Jasabaniti Rankapatuku Kridi Arjun Vatyake Sidim Adikata Vittiyas Chetasome
पादाम्भोजं स्पृशति भजते रङ्गनाथस्य जङ्घाम् ऊरुद्वन्द्वे विलगति शनिः ऊर्ध्वमध्येति नाभिम्
Everybody can. What is that?
Complete Amma, there are only 2 more verses.
Artha Pita Suti Jasabaniti Rankapatuku Kridi Arjun Vatyake Sidim Adikata Vittiyake Chetasome. Sorry, next one. Sorry, Swami. Vakyas Yati Valdi Pujuhu Mami Yam Minisha Vakta Pikyam Pibadi Vagadi Vasata Maulima Pante.
कान्तोदारैः अयमिह भुजैः कङ्कणज्जाकिनाङ्कैः लक्ष्मीधाम्नः पृथुलपरिघैः लक्षिता भीतिहेतिः
Kiti Pujaka Sainake Swatmani Vatmana Atmanake San Maki Rangam Mama Chekidegi Patase Savarodaka.
रङ्गास्तानि repeat the previous one. कान्तोदारैः अयमिह भुजैः कङ्कणज्जाकिनाङ्कैः लक्ष्मीधाम्नः पृथुलपरिघैः लक्षिता भीतिहेतिः
Kinjit Pujaka Sainake Swatmani Vatmanake San Maki Rangam Mama Chekidegi Patase Savarodaka.
रङ्गास्थाने रसिकमहति रञ्जिता शेषचित्तिः வித்வத் சேவா விமல மனசா வெங்கடேஷேன கிருப்தம்
Sena Pradite Tiyam Arupchura Astam Bhaktam Kardam Bhagavadhyana Metate
गास्तानि रसिकमहति रञ्जिता शेषचित्ते विद्वत् सेवा विमल मनसा वेङ्कटेशेन क्लुप्तम्
Sena Pradite Tiyam Arupchura Avastam Bhaktim Kardam Bhagavadhyana Metate
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याण गुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्त गुरवे नमः श्रीमते निगमान्तमः देशिकाय नमः Amma, open up Amalanaadipiraan also, Amma. आपादचूडमनुभूय हरिं शयानं मध्ये कवीरदुरिपुः मुदितान्तरात्मा अदृष्टतां नयनयोः विषयान्तराणां योनिश्चिकाय मनवै मुनिवाहनं तं காட்டவே கண்டபத கமலம் நல்லாடையுன்னே தேட்டரும் உதரபந்தம் திருமார்பு கண்டம் செவ்வாய் வாட்டமில் கண்கள் மேனி முனியேறி தனி புகுந்தே பாட்டினால் கண்டுவாரும் பாணர்தால் பரவினோமே ஆதிபிரான் அடியார்க்கென்னை ஆட்படுத்த விமலன் விண்ணவர்கோன் விரையார் புலில் வேங்கடவன்
நிமலன் நின்மலன் நீதிவானவன் நீள்மதில் அரங்கத்தம்மான் திருக்கமல பாதம் வந்து என் கண்ணின் உள்ளன ஒக்கின்னதே
அமலனாதிபிரான் அடியார்க்கென்னை ஆட்படுத்த விமலன் விண்ணவர்கோன் விரையார் பொழில் வேங்கடவன்
நிமலன் நின்மலன் நீதிவானவன் நீள்மதில் அரங்கத்தம்மான் திருக்கமல பாதம் வந்து என் கண்ணின் உள்ளன ஒக்கின்னதே
உள்ளத்தனாய் உலகம் அளந்தெண்ணம் உரிய நிபந்தனீள் முடியின் அன்று நேர்ந்த நிசாசரரை
கவர்ந்த வெங்கனை காகுத்தன் கடியார் பொழில் அரங்கத்தம்மான் அரைச்சி வந்து ஆடையின் மேல் சென்னதாம் என சிந்தனையே
மந்திபாய் வடவேங்கிடமாமலை வானவர்கள் சந்தி செய்ய நின்றான் அரங்கத் தரவினயான்
அந்தி போல் நிறத்தாடையும் அதன் மேலயனை படைத்துதோர் எழில் உந்தி மேலதன்னோ அடியேன் உள்ளத்தின் உயிரே.
Repeat this. மந்திபாய் வடவேங்கிடமாமலை வானவர்கள் சந்தி செய்ய நின்றான் அரங்கத் தரவினயான்
அந்தி போல் நிறத்தாடையும் அதன் மேலயனை படைத்ததோர் எழில் உந்தி மேலதன்றோ அடியேன் உள்ளத்தின் உயிரே.
எதிரமாமதில் சூழ் இலங்கை கிரைவன் தலைப்பத்துற ஊட்டி ஊர் வெங்கனை உயர்த்தவன் உதவண்ணன்
மதுரமாவண்டு பாடா மாவையில் ஆடரங்கத்தம்மான் திருவயிற்றுதர பந்தம் என்னுள்ளத்துள் நின்னுலாகின்றதே.
வாரமாய பழிவினை பற்ற தருத்தே என்னை தன் வாரமாக்கி வைத்ததென்று என்னுள் புகுந்தான்
கோரமாதவன் ஷைத்தனன் கோலறியேன் அரங்கத்தம்மான் திரு ஆரமார்வதொன்றோ அடியேனை ஆட்கொண்டதே.
துண்ணபின் பிறையின் துயர் தீர்த்தவன் அஞ்சிரையா வண்டுவாள் புலில் சூழ் அரங்கனக மேயப்பன்.
கமலா
which was sixth one. அண்டத்தில் ஒரு மாநிலம் இருமாவரை புற்றுமுண்ட கண்டம் கண்டி அடியேன உய்யக்கொண்டதே.
சுரிசங்கனில் ஆடிய நீள்வரை போல் மெய்யனார் துளபு விரையார் கமல் நீன் முடியம்மையனார்
அணியரங்கனார் அறிவின்னமை செய்மே மாயனார் செய்யவாயோ என்னை சிந்தை கவர்ந்ததுவே.
பரிஜனாகி வந்த அவுணன் விடல் கீண்ட அமரர்கரிய ஆதிப்பிரான் அரங்கத்தமலன் முகத்து
யாகி புடை பறந்து முடிந்து செவரியோடி என்ற நீண்ட அப்பெரிய வாய்கைய கண்கள் என்னை பேதமே செய்தனவே.
அமரத்தின் இடைமேல் ஒரு பாலகனாய் ஞானமேலும் உண்டான் அரங்கத்தரவினை அணையான்
குலமணி ஆரவம் முத்து தாமதும் முடிவில்ல தூரலில் நேரமே ஐயோ கை கொண்டதென் நெஞ்சினையே.
ஆலமா அமரத்தின் இடைமேல் ஒரு பாலகனாய் ஞானமேலும் உண்டான் அரங்கத்தரவினையான்
குலமணி ஆரவம் முத்து தாமமும் முடிவில்ல தூரலில் நேரமே ஐயோ நிறை கொண்டதென் நெஞ்சினையே.
கொண்டல் வண்ணனை கோவலனாய் வெண்ணை உண்டவாயின் என் உள்ளம் கவர்ந்தானே.
அண்டர்கூன் அணியரங்கன் என் அம்மை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாவே.
வண்ணனை கோவலனாய் வெண்ணை உண்டவாயன் என் உள்ளம் கவர்ந்தானே.
அண்டர்கூன் அணியரங்கன் என் அம்மை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாவே.
திருப்பானாழ்வார் திருவடிகளே சரணம். Narayana. So now coming to which one you want first, ma'am?
Amalanaadipiraan Swamiji, and then we'll go to Swami Desika's analysis on.
Anything specific, ma'am?
No, Swamiji.
Come on, there's something, tell me.
Tiruppanalvar is so beautiful. I mean, just listening and knowing about Swami is like amazing. So, and the way he was connected with Ranganatha and his devotion to Lord Ranganatha.
Very good. That's it.
That's it.
Our Purvacharyas is given instruction to Swamiji.
What is it here?
Brahmacharya given the instructions to the Devanavars, right?
Very simple, ma. Very simple. Seniority comes. Okay? Seniority comes. Seniority. Tiruppanalvar is much, much senior to Mahatma Vedanta Desika. Very simple way. Isn't it? Very simple way to say Tiruppanalvar is an Alvar. Mahatma Desika is an Acharya. There is a lot of difference between Alvars and Acharyas. So Mahatma Vedanta Desika is about 750 years back. Tiruppanalvar, thousands of years back. That is one thing to say that the Tiruppanalvar is way ahead of Mahatma Desika. Now, whatever Acharyas did, they tried to follow the footsteps of the Alvars and the Purvacharyas. That's why we always say, Lakshmi Natha Samarambha, Natha Yamuna Machama, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. So, Apada Chudam Anubhuya Harim Shayanam. When you go to the temple, when you look at Bhagavan, how do you start looking at Bhagavan? That is one thing which many people feel very, very different. The simple protocols that are there to be observed. The very simple things that is to be observed. It is called Padadi Kesha Pariyantam. Even before coming to Bhagavan, when you come to a temple, first thing, look for the way the Dhvajastambham or Garudastambham is there. Do Namaskaram at the Dhvajastambham, Garudastambham. Well, we are in America, sometimes the Dhvajastambham is outside, there will be snow, there will be rain, it's cold. Then when you come inside, do your namaskaram in front of Garuda first. Then when you go to Mahalakshmi Sannidhi first. Then only come to Bhagavan, whatever that Perumal, Narayana, Ranganatha, Krishna, Rama, whatever it is. Then when you look at Bhagavan, where do you start looking? You start looking at his head, his face, and then you come to the feet. The better way of doing is Apada Kesha Paryantam, Padadi Kesha Paryantam. So in Amalanaadipiraan, Apada Chudam Anubhuya Harim Shayanam Madhye Kavira Duhituhu Mudirantaratma. Kaveri. You know what is the meaning of that word Kaveri? Ma? Hmm? Come on, it's not a rocket science, Ma. It's a very simple one. You can answer very easily. Why she is called Kaveri? Well, here itself there is some kind of a simple hint given to us. She is called Kavera Duhituhu. Kavera Duhituhu, daughter of Kavera. So Kaveri. Daughter of Kavera, so Kaveri. Dasharatha's son, Dasharathi. Vasudeva's son, Vasudeva. Kavera's daughter, Kaveri. Duhita means daughter. Well, by the way, whether you like it or not, all rivers are personified in the female as females. Well, of course, ocean is personified as male. Now coming back to this Supreme Lord Sri Ranganatha, enjoying his yoga nidra, Madhye Kavera Duhituhu. When you see Srirangam, Kaveri just comes like two branches. One branch on the southern side, another branch on the northern side. And they join again. They come as one single stream before Srirangam. And after Srirangam, at Srirangam branches as two streams. And after Srirangam again will merge as one stream. So it is called as Ubhaya Kaveri, means the same Kaveri but in two streams. Between the two streams, if a small piece of land is surrounded on all the sides by water, it is called an island. Just like Sri Lanka is an island, Srirangam is also an island, surrounded completely by Ubhaya Kaveris on both sides. This Sri Ranganatha, enjoying his yoga nidra, lying down in the small land space between the two Kaveris, and Padadi Keshantam, starting from the feet all the way up to his hair, the Divya Mangala Vigraham, Mudita Antaratma, they literally enjoyed. Their mind is there filled with a kind of a bliss. It is very simple, very simple. Well, some of you are young, some of you are whatever you call middle-aged, some of you are a little bit old, etc., etc. Imagine when a young man or a young girl in love with the other person, the minute they see a kind of a happiness is there filling their heart, a kind of affinity, a kind of attraction, a kind of attachment, a kind of closeness, a kind of belonging. That girl belongs to me. That man belongs to me. That kind of a feeling. Honestly speaking, A pure devotee should get that kind of a feeling when the devotee sees Bhagavan. Well, you know immediately why Gopikas have become Parama Aikantika Bhagavatottamas and why we are there still as ordinary human beings. Because our mind is filled with so much of unwanted material or material that should be discarded or the stuff that should be dumped in a garbage can. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryas. So these Mahatmas have literally enjoyed the bliss of even looking at Bhagavan. Padadi Keshantam. Now, when you really feel that kind of an attraction to Bhagavan, you don't see anything else around you. You feel as though, even though you are in this world, it's very simple, Amma. Every day you see it in the movies or in your day-to-day life. Suppose a boy and a girl are interested in each other. They go to the park. They sit on a bench. You know, a park is a public place. There are hundreds and thousands of other people also in the park. But look at these two lovers, the boy and the girl. They will behave as though the whole park belongs to them and there is nobody around them. And they will be there in their own world, either holding their hands or chit-chatting or just looking into each other or just smiling. Are they worried about the other people? They feel nothing exists there in the world other than those two people. Now, a devotee, when he looks at Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, he should get that feeling. I don't even want to see anything else. I don't care whatever are the surroundings. No, do you call it arrogance when you say, I don't care who is there around me? It is not arrogance. It is your utmost immersion in the phase of love that you are there so attached to Bhagavan. That kind of a Mahatma is a Tirupan Alvar. That Mahatma Tirupan Alvar has totally forgotten anything and everything around him. What all exists for him is himself, the Jivatma, trying to attach himself, the Jivatma, to the lotus feet of that Paramatma, Sri Ranganatha. That's all. The rest of the world doesn't exist for them. Now, Tirumalai Nambi, the first Taniyan was given by Periyan Nambi. And the next one by Tirumalai Nambi, he says, Kattave Kandapada Kamalam Kamala Nalladayundi. தேட்டரும் உதரபந்தம் திருமார்பு கண்டம் செவ்வாய் வாட்டமே கண்கள் மேனி முனியே இத்தனி புகுந்து பாட்டினால் கண்டு வாழும் பான தாழ் பரவினோமே. When this Mahatma Tirupan Alvar is enjoying Bhagavan, the minute the eyes fell on Lord Sri Ranganatha, they started with a Pada Kamala. from the lotus feet of Lord Sriranganatha. Nalla Adai Yundi. The beautiful Pitambaram of Lord Sriranganatha next to be seen. Then that most charming navel, that most charming that most charming navel of Lord Sriranganatha. Teetarum Udarabandham. Well, Udarabandham, that beautiful gold thread around the girdle. Generally, all menfolk will have a string around their stomach. Well, it is because according to Dharma Shastra, a man should always supposed to have kaupinam. Well, in the good olden days, even ladies also had Udarabandham. But as time passed on, they changed it, they shifted it to the gold girdle, Vadhanam, to hold their sari tight. But otherwise, in the Vedic times, or if some of you got a real orthodox marriage, at the time of marriage, the bridegroom is supposed to tie a string made up of the kusha grass around the waistline of the bride, indicating the Udarabandham. So the next thing, Amalanaadipiraan, Tirupanalvar's eyes fell are on the girdle. It could be a gold one, like a belt, or it could be a thread. Tirumarvu and the broad chest of Lord Sriranganatha. Kantham, that nice neck, looking almost like a shankham, kambu kantu. Shevvoy, the beautiful rosy lips of Lord Raghunatha. Vatamil kangal, and those are divine eyes of Ranganatha, which are never closed. Mene, the whole body. Muniye rittani pugunde. Tirupanalvar is also called Munivahana. It so happened, Tirupanalvar belonging to the Potter family. In those days, they were not given admission to come inside the temple. Literally, Tirupanalvar was there, standing outside the main entrance of Srirangam temple. And there he was enjoying, singing the glory of the Lord. As the Archaka there bringing the holy water for the Tirumanjanam of Bhagavan, this man was almost blocking his way, but he was filled with ecstasy. He is in a world of himself. Even though the Archaka called for his attention a couple of times, Tirupanalvar did not respond. So to get his attention, that Archaka took a small stone and threw it at Tirupanalvar. When the little stone hit him, he came back to this world and saw the Archaka waiting with a pot of water, felt ashamed and ran away from there, that he committed a grave offense in standing in the way of that Archaka. Well, that Archaka then came inside the temple, but he wanted to enter the Garbhagruham. The Garbhagruham was closed, was locked. And everybody was there. How come the door is closed? Who locked it? Who locked it? Who is inside? Who is inside? Nobody is inside. The door was locked. He could not enter the Garbhagruham to do the Aradhana for Bhagavan. And the priests were sitting there and crying, what apacharam we have committed, that you locked yourself inside Ranganatha, not allowing us to come in and do the kainkariya. Ranganatha revealed as a voice from inside the Garbhagruham. What is the point in your worshipping me? You hurt me throwing stones at me, and then you come here to worship? I don't need your worship. The Archaka was surprised. What is this, Swami? When did I hurt you? When did I throw stones at you? Bhagavan said, what do you think, Tirupanalvar? He is so dear to me. You threw a stone at him. It is as good as you are throwing a stone at me. How can I tolerate? How can I accept your Aradhana? Go, carry him on your shoulders and bring him inside the temple. Then only the doors will open. So literally the Archaka went outside, and the Tirupanalvar was feeling bad when he saw the Archaka again. Maybe I was standing in the way. I committed an offense. So the Archaka came again to punish me, and he was running away. The Archaka ran behind, caught up with him and said, I never realized your greatness, such a Mahatma. The small stone I threw at you, Ranganatha took it as personally that I threw it at him and commanded me to bring you on my shoulders. So literally, Tirupanalvar was made to sit on the shoulders of the Archaka, Muni Vahanam, and was brought inside the temple. So this Muni Vahana, Tirupanalvar, that Sriman Narayana's Divya Deham entered into his mind. Patinal Kande Valum. Then Tirupanalvar went into ecstasy and sang, Pana Tal Paradinome. May we glorify the divine feet of the Alvar called Tirupanalvar. So that is just the introductory prayers to Amalanaadipiraan of Tirupanalvar. Well, there are Alvars. Just 10 Pashurams, he became an Alvar. Well, Madhurakavi Alvar did not even compose anything on Bhagavan. Just again, Kanninam Chirutandinal Kartunna Panne Perumayan Enna Panel. Krishna, I don't care about you. Can you imagine that? When all of us are there craving for Krishna. This Mahatma, Madhurakavi Alvar says, Krishna, I don't care about you. You may be great. You might have given a greatest golden opportunity to your mother. You up. You might have got the great name, Damodara. But who cares about it? I don't need you. Why do I need you? When I have my Acharya, Nammalvar, he is enough for me. You say that you will not give me moksha? Come on, you don't have that kind of a right. Why? My Acharya is there, Nammalvar. If my Acharya says sit, you have to sit. If my Acharya says stand, you have to stand up. If my Acharya says lie down, you have to lie down. Same thing in the case of Tirumalisai Alvar. And his disciples. This is not the place for us. Let's go. Okay. That Narayana rolled his Adisesha, put it in his arm, put it under his arm, and went behind the Alvar. Like that. Why do I need you? I have my Acharya. My Acharya, if I serve my Acharya, one good word from my Acharya, Krishna, give him moksha. That is enough. Why should I even pray to you? So, glorifying even his Acharya, Madhurakavi Alvar became an Alvar. Now the actual Amalanaadipiraan. Amalanaadipiraan Adiyar Kennai Aal Padutha Vimalan Vinnavargoon Virayar Pulil Vingadavan நிமலன் நின்மலன் நீதிவானவன் நீள் மதில் அரங்கத்தம்மான் திருக்கமல பாதம் வந்து என் கண்ணின் உள்ளன ஒக்கின்றதே. Amalan, Sriman Narayana is without any kind of impurity. Shuddha Sattvam. Adipiraan. Sarva Karana Karanaha. Adi Purusha. Adi Moolam. The root cause of everyone. Moola Muleti Khinne, as Gajendra says. Adiyarku ennai aal padutha. Hey Sri Ranganatha, how fortunate am I that you made me a servant of your servants. Adiyarku, to his servants, ennai, myself, all padutha, made me their servant. So Bhagavat Kainkaryam is great. Bhagavatas are those who serve Bhagavan. Compared to Bhagavat Kainkaryam, Bhagavata Kainkaryam is much, much superior. He says, hey Ranganatha, how fortunate I am that you made me the servant of your servants. That is why in Valmiki Ramayana, Mahatma Valmiki says, Shatrugna is the best of the best because he served Bhagavata Bharata. Vimalan, Vinnavar Gon, Vimalan, absolutely no negative qualities. Everything is Kalyana Gunas. No fault at all with Sriman Narayana. Vinnavar Gon. He is the Lord of all the Nityashuris, Ananta, Garuda, Vishwaksena, etc. Virayar Pulil Vengadavan. He is the same Sri Ranganatha who is also there as Lord Srinivasa in the most fragrant gardens of Tirumala. The same Srinivasa. Nimalan Ninmalan. There are absolutely no negative qualities. Samasta Heya Guna Rahita. Samasta Kalyana Guna Sahita. Same time, Samasta Heya Guna Rahita. Bhagavan is an embodiment of all auspicious qualities. And Bhagavan's divine body doesn't even have one quality that is not auspicious. And he is the Vaikunthanatha. He is the master. We, the Jivatmas, are his servants, and he is the master. Servants are called Sesha. Master is called Seshi. Neelmadil Arangattamman. And that Srirangam with very, very long walls. Dirgha Prakaram. The compound walls of Srirangam are the longest ones. And that Sriranganatha's Tirukkamala Padam Vandu, his lotus feet have come in Kannin Ullana Ukkinrade. They just entered my eyes and they just won't go. That means my eyes are constantly recollecting those beautiful feet of Lord Sriranganatha. Tiruppanalvar enjoying the divine feet of Lord Sriranganatha. உவந்த உள்ளத்தனாய் உலகமளந்தே அண்ணமுல நிவர்ந்தனேன் முடியன் அன்று நேர்ந்த நிஷாசரரை கவர்ந்த வெங்கனை காக்குத்சன் கடியார் பொழில் அரங்கத்தம்மான் சிவந்த வடையின் மேல் சென்றதாம் என் சிந்தனையே. உவந்த உள்ளத்தனாய், ஹே கிருஷ்ணா, ஹே ஸ்ரீரங்கநாதா, having seen your feet, I am there in such a great ecstasy. I am there in such a great ecstasy. So with my mind filled with unimaginable ecstasy, உலகம் அளந்து ஆண்டமுற, Hey Sriman Narayana, when you came as Vamana, accepted 3 feet of land from Balichakravarti and became Trivikrama, you measured all the universes of this Brahmanda with 1 foot the lower worlds, another foot all the way up to Brahmaloka. Nivarundanin Mudiyan, and that Supreme Lord Ranganatha is there with his beautiful kiritam, huge kiritam. Andrune and the Nishashirarai Kavarnda Venganai Kakustan. Hey Sriman Narayana, you came as Lord Rama, and all those cruel Rakshasas are all wiped out by you. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, etc. Kakutsa, Lord Sri Rama, born in the Vamsha of Kakutsa, with his most powerful arrows, have wiped out all those Rakshasas. Kadiyar Pulil Arangattamman. Even Srirangam temple is there, surrounded by beautiful gardens with the fragrant flowers. Shivanda Vadayin Mel Shendradam Ena Shindanaye. And after the feed, Tirupanalvar is there looking at the beautiful Pitambaram, that yellow silk vastram of Bhagavan, as yellow as that of molten gold. Pita, light yellow. Ambaram, vastram. Pitambaram, light yellow, light gold color vastram of Lord Sri Ranganatha. That is the one that captivated. Shendradam en Shindanaye. Hey Sri Ranganatha, my mind is there focusing on your wonderful Pitambaram Prabhu. And the next one to go, as you come up from the feet, then the Pitambaram, then that wonderful navel of Lord Sri Ranganatha. Mandipoy Venkadamamalai. In that Venkatadri, as you know, lots and lots of monkeys are there. Those very, very daring male monkeys, they just jump from one place to the other because they feel they own the whole Tirumalai hills. But at the same time, Vanavargal Shandishaya Nindran, Nitya Shuris also will come there and worship. Arangat Taravinayan, is there lying down in Srirangam as Lord Sriranganatha on his beautiful Ananta Shenam. Sriranga Seshashayi. Andipol Niratadayum, with his wonderful Pitambaram that is there of the color of setting sun, that bright yellow color of a setting sun is the color of the Pitambaram of Lord Sriranganatha. Adan male, above that vastram, ayanai padaitadu urelil undi meladandro. Hey Sriranganatha, that is that wonderful navel from where a lotus flower has come, that has become the birthplace of Brahma. So indirectly, hey Sriranganatha, it is your navel from where that wonderful lotus flower has come out. Amma, one of your phones speaker. Revati, turn off your speaker. So, Prabhu, your navel has almost become the birthplace of Brahma, because that is from where the lotus flower has come. And here, Sriranganatha, my mind is now focusing on that mesmerizing navel of yours, where you got that wonderful title Padmanabha, one whose navel has created a lotus flower, the birthplace of the four-faced Brahma. Hey Sriranganatha, it looks as though my whole life is there, focused on your navel. When you look at the navel, why should Tirupanalvar say, in Uire, my life? Emma, when you look at the navel, well, people get different feelings. But Tirupanalvar says, that navel reminds me of my own life. Any ideas, Emma? Because when a child is there in the womb of a mother, the child's survival depends only on the umbilical cord connecting the mother to the baby. That's where everything, the nourishing food, the oxygen, the blood supply, everything comes to the baby inside the womb of a mother through the umbilical cord. So that is his lifeline. And now here, from the same navel, Brahma has come. So indirectly, Brahma created all of us. Brahma came out of the navel. Therefore, that navel indicating that connection with the mother, the umbilical cord. He says now, hey Sriranganatha, my mind is there, focused on the navel, which is almost like my life. He is enjoying the connection he has through his mother. And the mother is none other than Lord Sriranganatha. Then if Ranganatha is the mother, who is the father? He is the father, he is the mother, he is everything. Then comes Shedirama Madil Shul Ilangai Kiraivan Talaipatti Vujravoti Vor Venganai Vietavan Udavannan Madura Mavandupada Ma Mailade Arangathamman Tiruvayittu Udarabandham En Ullatul Nindre Ulaginrade. Now comes the girdle thread, the thread around the stomach of Lord Sri Ranganatha, like a belt, the girdle. Hey Sri Ranganatha, it is you as Lord Rama who went to Lanka. Ilangaikku Iraivan, that Lanka Adipati Ravana, Talai Pattu, with all his 10 heads. And how is that Lanka? Shadirama Madil Shul. Lanka is also an island. But that Lanka is there completely surrounded by a boundary wall, Prakaram. So such great Lanka, hey Sri Rama, you entered there. And that Lankadhipati Ravana, his 10 heads, Talai Pattu, Udiravoti, just fell down. How? Vor Venganai Vyattavan. Lord Sri Rama did the Brahmastra Prayogam. And that Brahmastra made Ravana just quit. He is dead. Udavannan. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, having the color of the ocean. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana's color, Megha Shyamala Murtai, like the rain-bearing clouds. And you know, the waters of this ocean are also blue. So Udavannan, one with the color of the ocean. Madhurama Vandupada. Hey Sri Ranganatha, enjoying the fragrance and the honey from the flowers of the gardens around Sri Rangam. All the honey bees are there humming nicely. Ma Mailade, and great peacocks are there dancing for you, Sri Ranganatha. Arangathamman Tiruvayittu Udarabandham. That Lord Sri Ranganatha is there controlled by Mother Yashoda by tying up a thread around his stomach, Udarabandham. So now he is reminded, hey Sri Ranganatha, your Udarabandham, that thread around your stomach, En Ullathul Nindru Ulaginrade, has embedded in my mind. And my mind is there continuously enjoying that nice thread that goes around your waistline. Going up from the feet, the Pitambaram, after Pitambaram, the navel, then afterwards, that Udarabandham, Katisutram, the girdle, the thread around his waist. Paramaya Alavinai Pattaruttu Ennai Tan Varamaakki Vaittan வைத்ததென்றே என்னுள் புகுந்தான் கோர மாதவம் செய்தனன்கொல் அறியேன் அரங்கத்தம்மான் திரு ஆரம் மார்பதன்றோ அடியேனை ஆட்கொண்டதே. Now comes the beautiful Vakshasthalam of Lord Sri Ranganatha. To become a devotee of the Lord, we should wipe out all our papa karma. There is no way we can do that. Only in Sharanagati, Bhagavan will say, I will wipe out. Aham tva sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami. So, Bharamaya, don't think we have little karma just for one life. We have tons and tons and tons of karma for the next million births. Bharamaya, so much of, so heavy. Palavinai pattarutte. This karma, this papa karma we have accumulated is not from yesterday, day before, or in this life or the previous life. Over the past millions of lives. And Ennai tan varamaki vaitan. He made me, that Supreme Lord Sri Ranganatha made me his person, belonging to him. I belong to him. Vaitadendri ennul pugundan. Not only that, that Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana came as Antaryami and sat in my chest, sat in my heart. Goramatavam Shaidanandul Aryen. Tirupanavar says, I do not know, Swami, what kind of unimaginable tapasya I might have done in my previous lives. So he says, hey Swami, hey Sri Ranganatha, how much of tapasya I might have done in my previous births, I don't know. Arangattamman tiru aram marbadanro. Hey Sri Ranganatha, that most auspicious chest, Adiyenai Atkondade, made this servant as an eternal servant of you. That the chest of Sri Ranganatha is so beautiful. With the Sri Mahalakshmi there, Nityanapayini. And that great chest of Sri Ranganatha has captivated the mind of Tirupanalvar. Tundavin Pirayan Tuya Tirtavan Anjiraya Vanduval Pulil Shul Aranganaga Meyappan Andaranda Bhairandate Urumanilam Ilmal Varai Muttumunda Kandam Kande Adiyenai Uyakondade. Now comes the neck of the Supreme Lord Sri Ranganatha. Tunda Ven Pirayan. Tuyar Tirthavan, Hey Supreme Lord Sriman Narayana, you are the one who wiped out the misery of Shankara, who always sports Chandra in his Jatajutam. So, what is this connection? Shankara is having Chandra Rekha in his Jatajutam. Tuyar Tirthavan, that Shankara got into trouble with the Bhasmasura, giving him the moon. You keep your hand on anybody's head, he is just burnt and dead, reduced to ashes in no time. That Bhasmasura wanted to test the efficacy of the boon given by Shankara by keeping his hand on Shankara himself. And Shankara, there was no way for him to protect. Hey Sri Ranganatha, hey Krishna, you are the one who went and gave protection. Anjiraya Vanduval Polishul, Sriranganaga Mayappan. That Sri Ranganatha enjoying his Yoga Nidra in Srirangam, is enjoying the place Srirangam where all those honey bees are there humming, and plenty gardens are there in Srirangam. Everybody is enjoying. Now, what is it that Bhagavan that we are enjoying? That beautiful neck, Kantam Kande Adiyenai Vuyakondade. That wonderful neck is giving me a second life, Ujjivanam. That neck of Lord Sriranganatha is the one who could swallow all the 7 Kulachala Parvatas. Under Anda Bahirandat. This great neck is the one which is the place where the neck has swallowed all the universes, the 7 Kulachala Parvatas, and even the Brahmandas themselves. When all the 100 years of Brahma are over, when there is a Mahapralayam, when all the worlds up to Brahmaloka are there inundated in that tsunami, when the Jivatmas that are there not getting moksha, that is where Sriman Narayana comes into picture, becoming the support for all the Jivatmas to hang on until the next Brahma takes over and the creation starts. And when somebody is there saying he wiped out, means it's as good as he swallowed. For Bhagavan, Srushti, the entire creation, Sthiti, the maintenance, Laya, wiping out all the universes. Srushti, Sthiti, Layas are just a sport for the Bhagavan, for Bhagavan. So now in the Srushti, Sthiti, Layas, come back to Layam, means withdrawing, wiping out the universes. And what will happen? Where are they wiped out? No, they are nowhere. They are not going anywhere. The only thing is Bhagavan is just swallowing them. Means Bhagavan is just maintaining them. And that swallowing is done by the beautiful neck. Nenda Kandam Kandi Adiyenai Viyakonade. Hey Sriranganatha, looking at your neck, I am getting as though my life itself. I am getting the elixir of my life. Kayinar Shuri Shangu Kanalaliya Nil Varaipo Miyanar Tulaba Virayar Kamal Nin Mudi M Ayanar Adi Arangana Aravinanai Mishai Meyamayanar Sheyamayayo Ennai Chindai Kavarndaduve. After the neck comes the face. In the face, that most beautiful rosy lips of Lord Ranganatha. Hey Sri Ranganatha, you are there with the Shankam and Chakram in your hands. Shuri Shangu, Valampuri Shanku. That with an opening to the right is called Valampuri Shanku. Shuri Shangu, Kanala Aliya. And that Sudarsana Chakra, which is almost like spitting fire. Nilvarai Pol, Meyanar. The body of Sri Ranganatha is almost like a huge hill. Tulaba Virayar Kamal Nin Mudiyam. Tulaba Virayar, that Tulasi with the unimaginable fragrance. Nin Mudiyam, Bhagavan with his huge kiritam. Yam Ayyanar, O my father, our divine father. Ani Arangana, the most handsome Sri Ranganatha. Aravinanai Mishai Meyamayana, lying down on the bed of Adisesha. Meyamayana, the most mysterious person, the most awe-inspiring person. Sheyyamayayo Ennai Chindai Kavarndaduve. In the face, the most striking one, the beautiful rosy lips of Lord Ranganatha. Not even rose, very dark red lips. That's why Bimbadhara. The lips of Lord Sri Ranganatha are most captivating for our Tirupanalvar. And he says, my mind is completely blown off by the beauty of your face and your wonderful lips. Pariyanaagi vanda Avunan udal kinda Amararke Acharyaji Arangatamalan Mugate Karyavagi Padai Pudai Parande Milinde Shevariyodi Ninda Periyavaya Kanga Ennai Pedamai Shridanave. After the lips, the most captivating eyes of Lord Sri Ranganatha. Hey Sri Ranganatha, your strength is unimaginable. Hiranyakashipu, father of Prahlada, was very, very strong, very arrogant. In spite of all that, in spite of his Hiranyakashipu coming with so much of arrogance, you have just tear open his stomach, and you are that Adi Karana, Amararku Arya. Difficult for the Devi Devatas to reach you. Arangat Tamalan Mugate, Hey Sri Ranganatha, the Supreme Lord, in your face. Karyavai Padai Parande, Milande, Shavariyudi, Nindara Periyavaya Kangal, Yenai Pedamai Shidanave. Hey Sri Ranganatha, those beautiful eyes, they are very dark eyes, very broad eyes, and those eyes are flashing with a great rhythm. And a Periyavaya Kangal, hey Prabhu, those beautiful eyes, Shavariyodi, those eyes are there raining mercy, Vatsalya. Periyavaya Kangal, Akarnantam. Akarnantam means the eyes are there extending all the way up to the ears. Such huge eyes, Praganada. Yennai Pedamai Shedanabe. Are just coming back and back and back to me. And those eyes are actually ripping me apart. Now comes, who is this Ranganatha? Alama Maratinin, Arama Maratinilai Mel, Uru Palaganai, Jnanamedamundan, Arangat Taravinanayan, Kulama Mani Aramam, Muttutamam, Mudivilladuril, Nilameni Ayo, Nirai Kondadu in Ninjinaye. Hey Swami, after having seen all these things, your whole body with its beautiful Shamala Varnam has captivated my heart, has captivated completely my heart. How is it? Alama Marattinalaimel Urubalaganai. You are there like a child who cannot be compared with anyone else, lying down on the Vatapatram. Hey Vatapatra Shahi, Vatapatra Shahi. Are you just a Vatapatra Shahi? No, 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 no. You are the one who can have all the worlds in your stomach. Jnanam Elum Undan. All the 7 worlds, means the upper worlds, are there in your stomach. You may pretend to be like a small child lying down on the Vatapatram, but you are the one who can keep all the 7 worlds in your stomach. You are there, Arangat Aravinanayan, as a Seshashayi in Sri Rangam, lying down on the bed of Adisesha. Kulama Mani Aramam Muttuttamamam Mudivillador Elil Nilameni Ayo Nirai Kondadu En Nenjinaye. Hey Prabhu, your whole body with wonderful diamond necklaces and strands of pearls, with so much of luster. That beautiful bluish black body has drained me of all my energy. Means I'm enjoying to such extent that my whole energy is drained by your beautiful form. Now comes the last verse. கொண்டல் வண்ணனை கோவலனாய் வெண்ணையுண்டவாயன் என் உள்ளங்கவர்ந்தானை அண்டர்கோன் அணியரங்கன் என் அமுதனை கண்ட கண்கள் மற்றொன்றினை காணாவே. ஹே நீலமேகவர்ணா, கொண்டல் வண்ணனை மேகவர்ணா, கோவலனாய், came as a cowhead boy, Krishna. Vennai undavayan, with your mouth full of butter. That's why that Mahatma says in Krishna Karnamritam, Yashoda is asking Krishna, did you eat butter? No way, but the mouth smells only butter. So Krishna, that wonderful mouth that enjoyed all that Hayyanga Veenam, that fresh churned butter, Yen Ullang Kavarndane, has captivated my heart, Krishna. Undergone Ani Arangan, you are not just that child, Krishna. You are that good old Sri Ranganatha, the Adi Purusha Sri Ranganatha. Ani Arangan, the most handsome Sri Ranganatha. Undergone, who is the chief of this Brahmandam. Brahma is not the chief, Brahma is only a first officer. But the actual Lord of this Brahmanda is Sriman Narayana. So, undergone, he Brahmandadipati, Brahmanda Nayaka, Ani Arangan, the most beautiful Sri Ranganatha. Yen Amudanai Kanda Kangal, these eyes who have enjoyed the divine form of Sri Ranganatha, Matrandrinai Kadave, they don't want to see anything else. Having enjoyed my Ranganatha, how can I go to any Kshudra Devata and enjoy? How can we go to any petty gods and goddesses and mistake them? Hey Krishna, let these eyes that have enjoyed your beautiful form may not be diverging to anything else. It could be any other god, anything else, any other woman, any other fancy stuff, any other costly stuff, anything in the Prakriti. Nothing. My eyes, even other Devi Devatas. Krishna, these eyes that have enjoyed your divine form, with that wonderful mouth smelling always that fresh butter. Hey Sri Ranganatha, having blessed me with an opportunity to see your divine form, bless me with one more thing. Let not this eyes fall on any other form. Let not this eyes see any other form. Tiruppanalvar Tiruvadigalе Sharanam. Hima, for a few minutes, it's already 10:05. If you have any quick question, please go ahead, Mom. Next week, we'll compare BhagavadDhyanaSopana and then the similarities between these two. Go ahead, Ma. Questions? Unmute, please. No questions?
Ed.
Come on. హిందూ ప్రియ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏం లేవమ్మా, నువ్వే కొత్తగా చేరావు. మాట్లాడు. మల్లీశ్వరి, నా క్వశ్చన్స్ అమ్మా.
Acharya,
No, Swami. Narayana.
Go ahead.
Acharya
Somebody wanted
question.
to talk.
Acharya, so even till like 700 years back, Bhagavan used to talk to Swami Ramanuja and Bhagavad Desika also. But how come now Bhagavan is not talking to anybody, or we are not able to hear?
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. President, say, Biden, has a hotline with the Russian president, has a hotline with the Indian Prime Minister. Does he have a hotline with you and me? Come on, you should deserve to have a hotline, sir. We should deserve. Those days, those Mahatmas, Tirupanalvar, Bhagavad Ramanuja, Vedanta Desika, they are at that level. So Bhagavan talked to them. Where are we? So why will Bhagavan talk? He will maintain a hotline with only his closest friends, etc., closest people, closest associates, or whom he loves. Rest of us are just general people. So it's just expecting too much. Those days they were Mahatmas, so Bhagavan talked to them. It is almost like you are asking the question. When Mahatma Vedanta got there, he chanted Sri Stuti, gold literally rained. Then how come we are chanting every day and gold is not raining for us? Because he is a Mahatma. He had no desire for that gold to enjoy for himself or his family. Of gold, we are thinking of only enjoying it. Whether I can enjoy, my family members can enjoy. So there's a lot of difference. Bhagavan will speak only to his closest devotees. So if he is not talking these days, that means we are not close to him. Go ahead, Ma.
Some questions.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
What are the qualities of the Vaishnava, Swamiji?
What are the
Qualities of the Vaishnava?
one who cannot see the suffering of others is a Vaishnava. Para dukhe dukhi. And what could be a greater cause of sadness other than going to Narakam, again going through Garbha Narakam, and again taking birth? A Vaishnava is the one who is most merciful, always interested in wiping out the misery of others. So, every one of you, don't worry about your moksha. Worry about the other people, how to bring them to the path of Sri Vaikuntham, guaranteed path of Sharanagati to attain Sri Vaikuntham. That is the quality of Vaishnava. We think compassion means, if you see a poor beggar, I gave 10 rupees. Oh, there was some charity, I gave $10. They're constructing a temple, I gave $100. Or some student was unable to pay the fees. I paid her school fees for 2 years. This is not alleviating the pain of others. The real pain is going to Narakam. And the real pain is again going to the Garbha Narakam and taking birth. So help them to overcome the pain. And how can you help them? By helping them to come to the platform of Sharanagati. That way, no more Papa Karma. And the existing Papas are wiped out for the next millions of births. The only thing is Prarabdha Karma, that you are guaranteed moksham at the end of your life. 400%. Varaha Swami, Sita Devi, Rama, Krishna. So quality of a Vaishnava, one who cannot see the suffering of others. One simple quality. That involves everything. If they are hungry, you give food. If they don't have clothes, you give them. If they don't have salvation, you help them to get it. Go ahead, Ma. The rest of it are only external decorations. Vaishnava having a tulsi mala, always chanting 12 Tirumans, Vurdapundra, these are all external marks. But the real mark of a Vaishnava is Paradukhe Dukhi. One who cannot see the other people go through any pain. Right, sir? So if you can help everyone, help as many Jivatmas as you can, that is the greatest kainkaryam that we can do to the other people. That's the quality.
I didn't ask another question, Swamiji. How do
Yeah.
you overcome the obstacles of the Vaishnava regarding any kainkaryam or on this aspect, Swamiji?
When our intentions are pure, no obstacles will be there, sir. If obstacles are happening, means we don't deserve it yet. We deserve it. All obstacles will simply melt down. Absolutely no obstacles. Well, if you think they are there, why do you think that Dvaimantram is there? That Dvaimantram will... Go ahead, Ma. Any other questions, Ma? Vasudha, what happened, Ma? You are so silent. You are still enjoying the beauty of Ranganathan?
Yes, Swamiji, straight to Srirangam right now.
Oh, America. Go ahead, Ma. Anything else I can help you, Ma? All right, Ma. Sadashiva, we have Bhagavad Gita this evening,
Yes, Swamiji. 5 o'clock, Swamiji.
5 p.m.
Yes, Swamiji. 5 o'clock. 5 p.m.